My people, last episode of this glorious week, Knowledge Drop number 13. Lucky number 13. I guess 13 is maybe unlucky, but not here. Not over on these ends. In Ecom Dispensary, every number's lucky. In this one, episode number 58, we're talking about one of the most powerful marketing methods in existence. What is it? What is it? This is the question. This is the question. So this isn't anything like super, super crazy. I feel like I've said that like 3 out of the 4 episodes this week, but it's really not. But if you've never heard of this before, then I think it's definitely something that you'll want to try in your ads and your marketing and whatever it is that you might be doing. This can also, if you are willing to use your brain a little bit, this can definitely be applied to things outside of business, to different life situations and such. The thing that we're talking about is demonstration. Now, demonstration is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It is demonstrating your product or whatever it is that you're selling in use, showing people that it does what you say it will do. And this doesn't work for necessarily like everything. For example, it's tough to demonstrate jewelry or things like accessories, things people wear as like, working, I guess, because obviously they don't really perform a specific function. But I think this is especially useful for products that do perform some sort of function. And the way that you do this is essentially by dramatizing or personifying the main benefits of your product and what your product does. Now, if you want some examples, I will link these in the description of this episode. I think that you should definitely go check these out. Obviously, this is audio only, so you're going to have to click on those to watch them. One of my favorite all-time examples, and it's really crazy because this dude has literally used I feel like this is like his only marketing strategy, and it has built just an absolutely massive company. Freaking Phil Swift with Flex Seal. I know that I reckon at least half of you guys listening to this know who I'm talking about, know the product I'm talking about. Flex Seal, Flex Tape, Flex Paste. They got a whole line of products. They call it the Flex Seal family of products. Their commercials are so dramatic and they perfectly demonstrate what their product does. And it shows without a doubt that the product does what it says it will. I think probably the best example is the boat example. There's a commercial, a Flex Seal commercial, or maybe it was for Flex Paste or something. It was for one of the Flex Seal products. And he basically took like like from a screened in porch and shaped it into a boat. Now, obviously, if you put a screened in porch boat in the water, it's just going to sink because the water is going to come up through all the little holes. But then he covered the entire thing in, a Flex Seal product and then took it out in the water and was boating around in in like a marshy swamp area, just whipping around. And it's completely dry. Like he's super dramatic. He's got the entire shtick going on. And literally has built a multi-million-dollar company off of the back of, something super, super simple, just literally demonstrating his product in use. And the reason that this is so powerful is because when you demonstrate your product in a way that is, especially if it's really dramatic, it removes the objection of, well, does this actually work? Does this actually do what this company says it will do? If you can give someone real visual evidence that there is absolutely no way that you could fake, then voila, that removes probably the number one objection that most people have when they're considering buying your product.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's funny how you you put it even in the exact same words I was going to put it.
You know why? You know why I put it like that, and why you
Why?
wanted to put it like that? Because that's how I put it in BDSC all those years ago.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah,
Um,
this is actually a concept that I taught in my branded simple copy product. I still do teach. You can get it if you want. It's a great product. But that was one of the things, and I use Flex Seal as an example. And I really think that is like the ultimate example of demonstrating your product, because that is literally all they do in any of their ads. And all their ads have millions and millions of views. You see them on TV, you see them on the internet. I can't even imagine how much money that Flex Seal is raking in.
yeah. And does this actually work? For sure, it's like the universal objection, the main objection to just about every product. Does this actually work? So whichever dramatic way you can film your product in use, not even necessarily in use, it's almost like a demonstration. It's not the normal use case. It's like an over the top use case. So that, hey, if this works, then obviously for any actual normal purpose that you're going to be using this product, it's going to be more than sufficient.
Yeah. And I think like this is a rough example that I just came up with off the top of my head, but I was trying to think of an example of what you could, how you could demonstrate your product if you were selling something that maybe doesn't perform, like a very specific function. Let's say that, I don't know, you sell a piece of jewelry that is higher quality than other offerings in the market. Imagine an ad where you have like, you got your product and then you got your competitor's product. You put both of them in some sort of like acidic solution or something, and then you watch the lower quality version like disintegrate, basically like lose its color or whatever, it gets all messed up, and then you watch your version and it's just like perfectly fine. Like something like that, I feel like could be an example of how you could demonstrate a product that might not have a very obvious use case.
This is not easy. There's going to have to be some thinking that goes into this, but if you can get this right, it's going to be super, super effective. And it's one of those things that is highly, highly applicable to Facebook ads.
Super. I mean, like incredibly directly relevant to Facebook ads. I have some other examples here that you guys can look at in the description. Show Off Supermount. That was also another example that I put in BDSC. That's not like, I don't know how successful of a company that is, but they had a really great ad. It's basically a phone mount that like mounts to, I mean, I guess just about friggin' anything. And they just had a video of this dude like constantly just throwing it against shit and it just sticking, like him using it and just demonstrating the product. And it looked like a great product. It looked like it actually did what it said. I think a common example that a lot of you guys might have seen, because this has been such a huge, like, quote unquote winning product over the past few years, those indestructible shoes. Scotty, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
I reckon either, I don't think we tried to sell them. I think one of our students was selling them like a while back. But if you go and look, I'll link that ad that I'm talking about. The ad is pure demonstration. It's literally like someone wearing them, stepping on nails, getting their foot run over by a car. Like just the most outrageous examples, like things that you would probably never actually do with these shoes in day-to-day life. But that's kind of the whole point. It's supposed to be dramatic. It's supposed to show the most extreme examples of what your product can do. And now that, like, if you've never thought about this concept before, you'll start to see this everywhere. I think this is especially common with as seen on TV products, and you'll see it. I mean, you'll see it all the time.
100%. And as seen on TV is a great place to study direct response methods because
such a great place.
Yeah, because it costs millions to film and air those, whereas a Facebook ad can be run for $5. So if it's running on TV, a lot of thought and a lot of good marketing and a lot of good marketers put work into that. Whereas a Facebook ad might be some random dude in India that stole it off AdSpy.
Yeah. And the random tip, not really related to this episode, but if you want to study more like as seen on TV type products, obviously you can like Google as seen on TV products and you'll probably find a bunch of them. But if you go to, I don't know how applicable this will be to like people outside the US, but if you go to like a CVS pharmacy or like a Walgreens, even like a Walmart, a lot of times they have a section specifically just for as seen on TV products. And you could just like go in there, like take a picture of all the products and then go and look up online their ads and their commercials and see what you find.
What's that? There's like a 3-letter company. I thought it was QVC, but I don't think it is.
QVC?
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah. I mean, that's a little bit different. That's like a home shopping network.
Yeah. So look them up. They have a channel on YouTube with a lot of good sort of long form ads, I believe.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can just, if you have, I mean, honestly, I don't know how many of you listen to this have cable. I don't have cable personally, but if you do have cable, you can just turn on QVC, see what they're selling. It's mainly geared towards like, I think it's basically geared towards stay-at-home moms and stuff, older women who are just, chilling at the crib, watching the QVC, impulse buying stuff with their husband's credit card.
But there's a lot of good kitchen stuff, which is obviously a place where there's going to be a lot of demonstration.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like any like kitchen stuff. That's a great like product category where demonstration is like super, super relevant.
Yep.
So that's the basic gist, guys. All those things all the ads I talked about are in the LinkedIn description down below. There's also another one that was just like a random ad I found on Facebook that it was for some root remover tool. I don't really know exactly. I didn't pay like a whole lot of attention to it, but it was very much so demonstrating the product in use. And if you have a product that does something, demonstrating it in the most dramatic way possible is probably not going to do too bad for you, especially if you haven't done anything like that. And I think that a lot of people might be like, they're going to see a lot of these examples, especially if they do like as seen on TV stuff. And they're going to think like, oh my God, like this is so corny. I can't believe anyone would buy this. And I agree. That is oftentimes how it feels, but the numbers don't lie. If it's an as seen on TV product, a lot of people are buying it. And even though it might feel kind of cringy or like awkward or whatever, take note of it, because doing something like that could just get you some kill results on good old Zuckerberg. Scotty, I'm waiting for a yes sir.
You got it.
Yes sir. Amen. Hey, let me get an amen.
Amen.
Amen. Praise be to the Lord. Folks, that has been Knowledge Drop number 13. Episodes number, what was it, 55 through 58? Yeah. If you made it this far in, we love you. We appreciate you. Our hearts go out to you wherever you are, whatever's going on in that crazy life of yours. We hope it's going well. We hope that this Knowledge Drop's marginally improved your week this week, your weekend, if you're listening to this on the weekend. And as always, let us know your thoughts in Telegram. Let us know what you want us to talk more about. If you have any ideas for more people that you want us to interview, feel free to let us know. I think we're going to try to do a few more interviews here in the near future. Hopefully, I don't want to get too ahead of myself here. I don't want to count my eggs before they chicken. But next week, there is a decent chance that we will have the boy Kobe Gatsby on here for a fire interview. One of my absolute favorite people in the entire world.
Coolest American alive.
Coolest American alive. You heard it here first, folks. That's about it. Scotty, you got anything else? You got some wisdom to impart on the people before we make like a tree and leaf here?
Yeah, I would say if you're looking for content to consume, stop watching fucking YouTube videos with like ecom tactics and start listening to interviews. I think interviews are possibly
interviews with who?
Well, go to the Cartels Mastermind YouTube channel.
Jeez. Oh my God, Scotty, I can't believe you right now. We're keeping this in.
Yeah. Go to the Cartels Mastermind YouTube channel and watch their interviews. Just interviews with people who run ecom businesses are gonna help you more than a lot of ecom tactics, I feel. Which is why we're doing
probably good advice. Because those people, I always feel like a hypocrite when I like kind of talk shit about ecom YouTubers, because obviously I guess I'm an ecom YouTuber. I haven't posted on YouTube in a little bit, but yeah, generally speaking, you want to be learning from the people who are doing the thing, and ideally doing the thing at a decently high level. They know their stuff, and a lot of these clowns, that's what I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call them clowns. A lot of these clowns out here might not be adding too much value to your life. So just go for the good stuff. We hope that we're providing the good stuff for you, but that's where you want to be.
Yes, sir. Let's wrap it up.
Let's do it, y'all. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll talk to you guys next week.